And as we can hear that music play, we all know exactly who is coming down to the ring. Ultimate Guy is making his way down. And I do believe he is the first man to be entering. As you can hear the crowd chanting, "Where is your famous Jaspini?"
Of course, Jasper being taken out of action when he last defended his Ironman Championship against Equinox on Rise. Evidently, the crowd don't care about being sensitive about it at all.
I mean, it is a British crowd. What more can you expect?
It is Britain.
If you come to England, you are not getting sensitive. I feel it's the one thing the British don't do. There's the Ultimate looking around this cage, looking at the structure he's going to be stuck in for the next I don't know how long.
There has to be some amount of fear in Ultimate right now. But just looking at this, you can't look at this and not be scared in some capacity.
Oh, you have to be terrified entering a structure like this. 2 rings, a metal beam in the middle, surrounded by metal. There is no chance.
And of course, no disqualification.
No disqualification is if any member brings a weapon in. Oh! Oh.
Well, this is new.
This is something queer. Feywind, are you seeing the tank at the side of the ring? Not the side of the ring, the side of the entrance ramp. To the right of the stage.
Whoa!
Jacob Page has just risen through a tank, followed by Bryce.
This is an entrance. Where did they even get that?
Skills.
It is time to party.
Holy guacamole.
I'm speechless.
Cruz joining
them.
It's
Cruz!
There is only one man left to join them. Is he inside the tank with them, or is he going to come from the stage? Bryce getting back into the tank.
It looks like Cruz is going to be the first man in for Team DDD, Cruz and Milky.
But did you notice the same thing I noticed? There was only 3 men stood on top of that tank.
So yeah, where is Milky?
Milky is still yet to be seen. Cruz had said he will be here, but there's no guarantees. Cruz calling for his home country. Getting chills as we have Cruz and Ultimate starting us off in this ring, in this match, not just this ring, in these rings. As Cruz makes his way into the ring, the 2 men in opposite rings. And you can hear the crowd chanting, "Stand up if you love our Cruz." Cruz getting a warm welcome back to his homeland of England. It's the ref asking if both men are ready. The ref counting us down. As I would say, this match is underway, but it is not. We still have 6 more men to enter this ring before the match begins and the timer officially starts.
That's right. As of now, it's simply a game of wearing each other down. Oh, and Cruz immediately with a punch to the face.
Cruz showing no love lost here to Ultimate tonight.
And these men just going back and forth with punches to the face. Oh, it looks like Cruz getting the upper hand here.
Cruz sending him off the ropes, but Ultimate reverse whipping. Oh, swinging a lariat. Cruz ducking under. And a sling blade from Cruz. Sending Ultimate to the floor almost immediately in this match. These two men are going to have to endure the most out of anyone in this match.
Well, I'm curious to see how. I'm curious about the decision to send in Cruz first. After all, he's got the bad knee, so I don't know. I mean, maybe
this has to be a call by Cruz. He wants to prove himself. Maybe he saw Ultimate in that ring and he decided he wants to wrestle him. He wants to show what he can do against another former world champion.
I mean, can you blame him?
I mean, obviously not, but speaking of former world champions, the man that dethroned Ultimate for the championship, if I'm not mistaken, was Milky. Another man in this match. So there has to be something in the mind of Ultimate. You know, in the back of the mind.
Yeah, there's going to be some bad blood between Ult and Milky, especially in this.
And a forearm strike from Cruz. These two seemingly starting off quite slow, knowing that they're going to have to endure this entire, I wouldn't even say match, because the match hasn't started, this entire brawl, fight.
Cruz whipping.
Sending him off the ropes.
And a clothesline.
Sending him to the floor, trying to weaken that chest and that back at the same time. That clothesline right across the chest, right in the area of the lungs, trying to wind Ultimate. Cruz leading up to the second rope. And oh my God!
Was not expecting that. What I was saying earlier about his bad knee, completely disregard it. Cruz has not lost a step.
It might be the booze.
It might be.
He is in his home country of England, who are known for liking a drink or two. And there we go. Cruz already trying to get into the mind of Ultimate Guy. Oh my God, that's low. And a dragon screw to the knee of Cruz. Oh my God.
Of course, Ult would target the knee like this.
I mean, this isn't just Ult being a bad person. This is, if you want to win this, you have to go to these levels. As much as you can love and respect Cruz, no matter what he does, especially getting into this chamber, you have to question why he chose for himself to go in first with that knee injury, especially against someone like Ultimate, a veteran in the business. He's obviously going to go after that weakened spot.
Yeah, he knows what to do to get to be the most effective in a match. I mean, he did lose the world title to Milky, but in order to do that, he had to win it in the first place.
And there we go, shin breaker, dropping Cruz's leg onto his knee. And Ultima just taunting the crowd, saying, "Come on, England." As we hear the countdown begin.
All right, who's coming out next?
Which franchise player member is coming out to join Ultima in the beatdown of Cruz?
It's the new guy.
The current MWC Spotlight Champion. Blank is making his way down to the ring. And there we go, just screaming at the crowd that they fucking suck. To quote him exactly. I know we've been trying to avoid harsh language, but this match feels like it needs it. If there's one time you're going to use that sort of language, it is during the War Games match. Blank just questioning if Ult even needs his help. But Cruz shoving Ultima off. Cruz shoving Blank. A punch to the face of Blank, a punch to the face of Ult.
Oh, dishing out the damage. 2-on-1, but doesn't mean Cruz can't handle himself.
And the crowd going crazy for Cruz. Oh my God.
The chop block.
Trying to break him down. You know what they say, if you can't beat them, break them down until they're nothing. And a sliding ultimate L. We are 6-7 minutes in, and Cruz might already be out of this match.
It's a shame to say, but I think you might be right.
Cruz desperately needs backup, but he's got some time to wait now.
Yeah, for Cruz, it's just about waiting out the storm, making sure he doesn't take too much damage until one of his teammates can come down and help him out.
In a match like this, when the other team has the advantage, all you need to do is run and hide. Don't try and damage them. Wait for your teammate. They can help you. Make it an even fight.
Yes, trying to be a hero, that could get you potentially injured or worse in this match.
And these two locking Cruz in the ropes. Just continuous elbow smashes from Blank, running either side of him, while Ult holds him still. Here we go. Cruz is getting some backup. Who will be emerging from the tank? Who's your money on? My money is on B. Rice.
I'm going to go Jacob Cage.
There we go, Jacob
And there
Cage.
it is!
One half of the former tag team champions. Jacob Cage apparently praying.
I mean, in
No
War
charge here,
Game,
Jacob.
in War, and immediately an overhead belly to belly, and again.
Sending them both flying, just giving Cruz some space, bringing them to the other ring, making sure Cruz can recover.
Now just knee lift after knee lift to Blank.
And there we go. Just repeated knee lifts from Jacob Cage as he's trying to fight off both men on his own while he gives his teammate Cruz time to recover. And just sending Ultimate back to the other side of the ring. And a corner splash to blank in the opposite corner to Ultimate. And he's rubbing his belly. And the crowd asking for Jacob Cage to show them his belly. Oh, only in England. Jacob Cage seemingly agreeing. And there we go, Jacob Cage helping up his teammate after he took out both members that are currently in the ring of the franchise players. Jacob Cage reaching into the singlet. What could he be grabbing? He's blocking a fireball.
DDD understands what alcohol means to British people, evidently. I mean, bringing it into the ring.
That glass can be used as a weapon if need be. As we count down to the next franchise player to enter the ring. As we can hear the music of the current Pandora's box holder. Taco making his way down to the ring. He's got a chair in the hand.
He came prepared.
Taco just absolutely destroying Cruz and Jacob Cage with that chair. And there we go. He's grabbing Jacob Cage. They seem to have found their target. They think they've done enough damage to Cruz. They need to even it out and get the damage onto Jacob Cage. Blank holding Jacob Cage in place.
3-on-1. This is sickening.
No. Could they be looking for a triple powerbomb here?
Oh, into the cage.
Oh my god. If their goal was to even out the damage, they have accomplished that goal. I think both members of Delta Dropkick, Milky and Cruz are out. They are out like a light switch. I think the franchise players now just have to fight.
Right, yeah.
Just have to wait for the third man. No.
Oh, come on.
No. Not to Cruz. Cruz holding on to the wall.
Cruz grabs it. Oh, that may have just saved him.
That is the ring awareness of a veteran such as Cruz. You can't be holding someone up like that for too long, and as he hits the moonsault to all three men. Everyone in the ring is down. As we hear the countdown for the third member, presumably Bryce.
All right, keep your eye on the tank. And there it is. Bryce
and here we go. The crowd.
I don't think I've ever seen a solo cup that big.
What? The crowd once again coming up for a new chant for someone, but Bryce scaling the side of the cage. What? No. What is he looking for here? He's put the cup over his head.
The cup.
He's got the cup over his head. Oh my God!
Oh my!
You could say it's raining cups and dogs in England. As Bryce flies from the top of the cage, wearing
Honestly,
a giant solo cup.
Honestly, I can't even say that I'm surprised about this. This is just something DDD would do.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. This is not surprising.
Bryce
And
helping
Bryce
up
helping
Cruz
up
and
his
Jacob.
teammates.
Meanwhile, the franchise players in the other ring, recollecting themselves, presumably.
It seems as both teams are recollecting themselves currently. Blank calling them drunks, but that is not something you want to say here in England. Because everyone in this audience is a drunk.
Not just everyone. Everyone within several miles of the arena is a drunk.
As you can hear the crowd saying, looking good, looking nice, look out ladies, here comes Bryce. And there we go. The crowd seemingly hearing what we had to say, saying we are all pissheads. We know what we are.
Pissheads and proud.
As the Delta Dropkick seemingly going for their signature Delta Dropkicks. While Cruz is in the other ring recovering, Delta Dropkicks seem to be covering the franchise players.
And out comes, speaking of
final
the franchise
man.
players, final man.
The Omega. And the crowd chanting, your sister is your mother, your father is your brother. Here he comes. He is the Omega. The crowd seeming to not take too kindly to the Omega. And Omega looking underneath the ring.
While taking out tables. On sliding multiple tables into the ring.
And there we go, you can see him warming up on the outside, saying he's ready, saying he's prepared. Running into the ring.
And Cruz slamming the door in his face. The humiliation that the Omega must be feeling after that.
Omega feeling the forehead. And Cruz just dragging him in, as he can leave the ring at this point, as not all members are in the ring. But as soon as the last man enters, your current MWC heavyweight champion, Milky, enters this ring, the match will begin officially.
Wait, if you look at Omega, I think Cruz slamming the door into his face busted him open.
Is Omega bleeding already?
Yes, and
Omega's trying to leave.
Oh, and he immediately with the brass knuckles to Cruz.
I mean, what more would you expect from the Omega?
Oh, and holding him by his neck now. Come on. I know this is War Game, so there's just no need for that.
There's no need for the blatant disrespect from the Omega. But you have to remember. Oh! Cruz is also bleeding.
I mean, getting hit with brass knuckles to the skull multiple times, that'll do that to you, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, these Omega and Cruz have insane amounts of history.
Oh, and Omega trying to get out of the cage.
Omega trying to leave. But if you haven't heard enough times from the man himself, Omega is the man that initially retired Cruz by giving him that knee injury he has. But there we go!
Cross bodies all around.
Oh my god. Delta dropkick taking out the field, and a Uranagi to Bryce. And there we go, the crowd. During all of this carnage of everyone just hitting everyone with everything they have, taking out everyone in the field.
We've got a new chant going.
Your sister is your mother. Your father is your brother. We shouldn't be saying that. One another, the franchise family. As the countdown begins for the last man to enter the ring. And for this match to officially begin as everyone else in the ring is down on the floor.
Out he comes, the MWC World Heavyweight Champion. The All Heart, Milky.
Milky. Where is he? Milky seemingly not coming out here. And there he is!
There he is! Oh, was worried there for a second.
The All Heart making his way down to the ring. As everyone in the ring is still down. But the franchise players have all crawled to the other ring. All managed to escape. As Milky takes off his championship. He's got a nice new haircut. Looking much younger, if I do say so myself. As he gets into the ring alongside his team.
Slamming shut the door, and now there is no escape.
The match has officially begun. Pinfall, submission, or forfeit. The only ways for this match to end.
It is time for War Games to officially begin.
You can break bones. You can kill someone. It doesn't matter what you do as long as you walk out victorious. As the crowd chanting, "We love you, Milky. We do. We love you, Milky. We do." Oh my god! I can't even finish the crowd.
And it is a brawl!
As a huge hockey fight breaks out.
It is just carnage right now.
I don't know what to call here. Everyone is just beating everyone. And you can see the main thing I caught from that is Alt and Milky.
Yes, Alt and Milky, like you predicted.
Immediately going after one another. We have Cruz and Taco. Delta dropkick. And Delta dropkick with Omega and Blank. Alt trying to Irish Milky. Milky reversing with a dropkick to Ultimate. It is good to see this man back in action, no matter how injured he may be.
Blank turning Milky.
As we know, these two have wrestled once before on Takeoff every Saturday.
Oh, Blank going for the point blank, but Milky slipping out. And the broken heart!
It could be over right here. Oh, Taco going for the Kingdom throw, but Milky shoving him off. And a double team stun gun. As two members of DDD, Milky and Cruz, hit that stun gun. As Taco is hit with a clothesline by Cruz, sending him to the middle metal bit of that ring. There is no padding in that middle. That is all just bare metal.
And now Omega stranded, surrounded by all 4 members of Team Cruz, Milky, and Delta Dropkick.
Dropkick.
And of course,
Dropkick.
Of course, Omega begging for his life. And everyone just taking turns
To hit a dropkick onto Omega. I mean, this must feel good. After all that Omega has done to these men, this must feel great.
The
and all
catharsis.
4 of them at the same time. Absolutely clobbering Omega.
The crowd chanting about how Omega's mummy can't save him now.
And if you can hear their accent, they are not saying that with an O. Welcome to London, Omega. Oh, I've just noticed that table set up in the corner of the ring. What could Delta Dropkick, Cruz, and Milky be looking for here? As Jacob grabs the table and Cruz just beating on Omega. There is so much action happening in this match. It is hard to commentate. But one thing that is not hard to commentate is this audience just going absolutely insane for what seems to be Omega's mother. As Bryce says he's a little tipsy. Oh!
Blow from blank to Cruz.
That's low. Come on. I know anything goes, but he's just hitting them in their manhood.
The blatant disrespect. Taco going for the pin on Bryce here. But Bryce kicking out. Taco going for pin on Jacob now. Kick out again.
There we go. Sorry, my mic cut out for a minute. And Omega shoving them all off. Seemingly wanting Milky for himself.
Milky and Omega going at it.
As the crowd call Omega's Mama Milf.
Now Omega going after Cruz.
And Taco grabbing the table. I'm struggling to see through this cage right now. I'm not going to lie to you boys, but... Oh my god, throwing Milky into the cage.
Aww.
As Taco sets up that table beside him. Taco holding himself up with that table.
And now Omega smashing Milky's head into the cage again and again. Milky busted open.
See, I do believe half of the field now is bleeding.
The amount of bloodshed in this match.
You've sort of got to expect in a match like this.
Omega exclaiming that he needs to win.
Omega needing to prove himself to his team. You would have thought that the man who most recently, I do believe, of all of these men competed for that world championship, wouldn't have to prove himself, but with the amount of losses he's been picking up recently, and only beating Breezy, a man who has won no matches here on the main roster, here on Rise. You wouldn't think he would have to prove himself, but he does. As all of them lifting Cruz onto Ultimate's shoulders. Omega laughing. Cruz slipping down. Cruz getting out of it.
And immediately going after Omega with a punch to the face. And Cruz taking on all 4 of the franchise players by himself.
He may have a bum knee, but he is the soul of Minecraft wrestling for a reason.
Omega swinging the lariat. Cruz ducking and tripping.
Cruz.
Indian Deathlock on Omega.
We know what he's going for. He's going for that Indian Deathlock cross-face combination. There we go. He's got it locked in. The Crucify. He's got him locked up. And Bryce has Taco in a sleeper. There we go. Reverse STO into a Koji clutch from Milky onto Ultimate. As Jacob whispering sweet nothings to Blank. Omega is reaching for his fellow franchise players, calling out for help. All of them calling for them to tap out. Omega dragging himself across the mat. Cruz trying to hold on, but his knee might be too weak to keep Omega in the hold. And Omega collapsing onto the middle rope. Cruz letting go of the hold. Oh, and there we go.
Taco slamming Bryce into the corner. Bryce rolling back. Franchise players managing to get out of this predicament.
Ultimate rolling out. Milky finally letting go so Ultimate can roll out. As all of these men are battered and bruised. Bryce grabbing Taco. Cruz holding his knee. And Bryce just lobbing him into the cell wall. Never mind. Bryce throwing him to the middle.
Into the center. Jacob grabbing Blank. Dragging him in between the rings as well.
What could these teams be looking for? There's 2 tables set up. Jacob Cage stood in between the 2 tables. Bryce grabs the table. Jacob calling for Bryce. Cruz also has a table set up. Jacob lifting Blank into a superplex position.
On Taco grabbing Bryce's leg before he can go after Blank.
I think they possibly were going for that keg toss to Blank.
And Blank kneeing Jacob.
But Milky from behind of Taco. Hooking the arms.
Oh, hooking the arms.
Oh,
Jacob lifting Blank back up, and now Bryce has no one to stop him. Keg toss into the tables.
There we go. Delta drop kick. sending them through, and it has to be over. Everyone is down. Omega's up.
Oh,
Omega's up to his feet. Bryce rolling away from all of the carnage. Omega staring at Cruz.
he sees Cruz. Cruz slowly making his way into the ring.
Omega,
And
Omega's trying to leave.
again trying to get out.
I think every man in this ring, in this match, wants to stop Omega. His own team, the opposing team.
And Omega's on the top. This is dangerous. Cruz
Cruz
following him. Cruz holding his knee. But pushing through, managing to get to the top.
Cruz dragging himself up to the top. Barely making it because of his knee.
This is dangerous. If either of these men lose their balance, that could well lose them the match. And Cruz punch to the face.
I mean, no matter what, this does not end well for either man. Well, for at least one man, because we're going to make the assumption someone is falling. And either way,
Someone
it is going to
fall.
be painful.
On the irate from Omega.
No, Omega looking down at the table. Cruz barely able to stand, holding on to the rigging that hoisted this cage up. Cruz staying on his feet.
Omega.
Cruz hooking his head.
Hooking the head.
Cruz trying to lift Omega.
No.
No. Cruz, come on, you're better than this. You're better than this, Cruz. Come on, man. Oh my God.
Superplex through the table.
From the top of the cage.
That has to be it. Whoever manages to get the pin first.
Cruz throwing his arm over.
Throwing his arm over. Oh no! And ults up.
No.
Oh, grabbing Cruz.
After all of that, the
bomb.
first two that started this match, ult with an ultimate bomb onto Cruz. And ult collapsing onto Cruz. No. Not
One,
like this.
2. And there it is.
The franchise players pick up the win.
A win, if you can even call it that. It's like they say in war games, there are no winners, only survivors.
And it doesn't seem we have many in this match. This match was chaos.
The complete carnage in both rings.
Every man, battered and bruised, every man in this match gave their everything, which surprisingly includes the Omega. He gave us everything into trying to leave. But his team, despite Omega's best efforts, come out victorious. And the crowd is not happy about this one.
The franchise players making their claim as
the top
probably
dogs.
The most dominant faction in the NWA. Used to be the SCS, but now I don't think there's any denying it.
There is no beating this faction. Even after a superplex off the top of the cage, Omega still stands victorious. He may not have gotten the full, but he won this match. And Omega raising everyone's hands as the ref checks on Cruz. Cruz clutching at that knee.
The French.
Oh,
evidently, they don't. I don't know how they don't think what they just went through is already enough, or isn't enough.
After everything that these two teams have gone
And Taco
through.
grabbing the case from ringside.
No.
Milky alone in the ring, surrounded by the franchise players.
No, surely not.
No! I think it's happening. Taco is cashing in his Pandora's box briefcase.
What?
No! There's no way!
No. It cannot be.
Am I dreaming right now?
No.
B-Ups! It's B-Ups!
No.
There's no way! Jumping clothesline to blank! And I think the Golden Bear is back in the NWA. Clotheslining Ultimate Guy and Taco over the top rope. And now face to face with the Omega.
These two men have gone to war so many times.
The franchise players have to be in shock. I mean, B-Dubs just saved Milky.
At least Taco did not become champion like that. At least it wasn't after all of that fighting, that grueling match. And B-Dubs just calling them to the ring. While the franchise players back away, not wanting any more after that match they've just been through. Some people see it as cowardice, but after what they've just been through, this is only smart.
That is the best decision they could make right now.
It may be 4-on-1, but that's a 4-on-1 that's uneven in the one man's favor. Because that man is B-Dubs, the fucking Golden Bear. And B-Dub's just brushing past Milky. What? I don't think B-Dubs was here to save Milky.
I think B-Dubs is here to stake his claim back in the NWA.
B-Dubs seemingly not caring about our current NWC heavyweight champion, Milky. He is just here to fight. As we end the show, B-Dubs staring around the arena and Milky staring at B-Dubs. With the rest of the team sat on the outside, struggling in pain. And there we go, Milky going over to his team. Finally helping up his team so they can walk out together, showing that they are okay, showing that they survived War Games.
And on that note, I think it's time to say goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in to Royal Legacy. We will see you.
I have been Jacob. I have been joined by Feywind. We will see you soon.